Ryan McCaffrey here with Captain Brandon Tyrell.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, I thought we were able to record our entire Sea of Thieves play session
That's
at
right.
E3, but we haven't been able to get it to you till now because we actually just needed to edit it down a little bit. It's very long,
Yeah.
and we have to admit we didn't realize until the end that we were only sailing at 2/3 our maximum speed. So it's literally like 12 minutes.
Yeah,
Of,
we spent a lot of time
just
in the
sailing
open
time.
ocean.
So
yeah.
I thought rather than have this is my perspective here.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't remember which character you are.
I think I'm Pirate Tropes up there, the
Okay.
hefty gentleman.
Uh, But yeah, I figured it's
Looks like
'cause
me.
I was steering the ship and giving out most of the orders. So I
Right.
thought instead of staring at the wheel for 12 minutes, we'd just cut that out. But that's all that's trimmed out of this. The rest is our otherwise completely unedited playthrough of Sea of Thieves from E3 2017. We've talked a lot, Brandon, about
Yeah.
how in love we are with this game for about 3 years. Well, the last 2 years
Yeah.
now.
Sea of Thieves is interesting because it's one of those games where on paper it's like, all right, I get it. I understand all the different parts
Right.
of it.
But you
it-
have to play it.
It's not until you really get your hands on it with a group of friends where you start to see the potential for this. And this was the first time I'd actually played with friends. This was at this year's E3 2017. I played it in 2016 with strangers.
Right.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Like we sailed around, we fought a ship, it was great. This was the most fun I had at E3 was playing with you guys.
Absolutely, and that's a I don't want to well maybe a criticism if you want to call it that of this game that I've seen in a lot of tweets at me and comments in my original IGN preview from E3 is
Right.
oh, this is gonna suck by yourself. Well, actually, yeah, I think that's probably at this stage of the game that's
Yeah.
absolutely a valid criticism. Whether or not that's still a valid criticism in
Come
the final
launch,
game,
yeah.
hopefully not. But for now, yeah, I mean, you need to plan on having a group here. Now, the good news is, you know, in recent months, Xbox has added the whole clubs thing,
Yep.
groups to Xbox Live. So we're gonna we'll start an unlocked group.
yeah.
So we're gonna make sure that anybody listening to this has a good group of people to play with this. To play with at any time.
And I think this is also one of those games. You hear all these stories about. Now we're just.
That was our edit
That was our
there,
quick
yeah.
cut to the to the open ocean. You hear all these stories about making friends online in games, and I think that sort of spirit of friendship and camaraderie and making friends online, I think that speaks really, really well to just what this game is. It's meeting strangers, working together. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you literally can't sail a ship by yourself.
I was just going to say that. We see here that we're now arriving at our destination. So earlier in the video, you saw me looking at a couple maps, and
right.
it was the second map that I looked at with an X that marked the spot. We decided as a group, let's go here. So
Yeah.
what we had to do was on another perspective, it might have been yours, I don't remember.
I went
You went down to the
downstairs.
map room,
Yeah.
and there's a map table,
Right.
and you had to find the island that was the same shape.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's it.
So
and
I'm
then you guided me there.
I'm essentially looking across this huge map. Wow, okay, well, this is another feature where you can load yourself into the cannon. But I'm essentially looking across this huge map for an island that, like, resembles the right shape. Mutiny Max is now swimming with the fishes. So,
What like an idiot, I didn't realize till later is
That you
got to
can-
aim the cannon
yeah,
first.
you get behind the cannon and aim it up. At this point, I actually couldn't figure out how to get in the cannon, so I just jumped in the water, in which case I was accosted by a shark. And I don't think we have footage of it, but I ended up killing him. That's not me. Yeah, that's...
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the
yeah,
other side of that rock.
It was a group of 4. We found our way to the island. First of all, I just want to comment again. This game's a great example of how the actual quote-unquote graphics aren't that great,
Right.
but the art style is
It's-
so good
it's so
that it's a
beautiful.
beautiful game. It's just a beautiful game. The
Yeah.
lighting.
I mean, it's
and-
got that cartoony look, not for the sake of needing it, for the sake of wanting it. But I made this point in, I think, one of the other videos we did coming out of E3. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble focusing right now.
Just a whole lot of jumping around, playing instruments. We did a lot of this. Yeah, that's definitely me right there. I commented on this earlier in one of our other videos, but I spent a large portion of my time in this demo, like, on the very front of the ship. You have some of the natives of the islands you can see right here. Nicely done. Oh,
No, he didn't die.
oh God, he's gone into the bushes.
It's in the weeds like a raccoon.
shoot her. And just looking out over the ocean from the front of the ship,
Yeah.
and it is so beautiful when like a storm rolls in and you see these waves crashing and the foam and the spray of the
Yeah,
sea.
the one unfortunate thing that was sacrificed in order for us to cut out that 12 minutes of slow sailing.
Yeah, right.
We did sail through a storm.
Yeah.
And it's stunning to look at.
It
Like,
really,
it's beautiful
really is.
to go through. The waves get huge
And you could
it
kind of
gets-
see a little bit of it off on the horizon when we
Yeah.
first got to the island. You could see some lightning in the background. And storms do roll in and move around. They're not
Yes.
just art in the background in the
Yeah.
skybox.
So what you're seeing here now, we're trying to find the X that marks the spot on the map. What we're about to learn, and I almost wish our audio had been recorded from this, even though it would probably be really messy.
Yeah.
Is we've discovered that we actually, by sheer happenstance, landed on the spot already. We that's where we fired ourselves from the cannons directly onto the spot.
Yeah.
And one of our group, whether it was you or one of the others, is figuring that out right now.
Oh, it wasn't me for sure.
So we're like, okay, let's go back to where we were.
Yeah.
As you know, we saw dusk and now it's getting dark.
And you know, going into a little bit of what these sort of treasure hunts entail, this was, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the easier ones, maybe the easiest.
Oh yeah,
one.
like in the beginning, if you happen to notice at the beginning when I pulled up the wheel,
Right.
There were 3 spots occupied. There were 2 of them were just red X treasure maps. We chose one of those, and then a third was a riddle. And we could have chosen to follow the
this
riddle.
is it right now, but you can't see
Oh,
it because
yeah.
Brian's trying to read at night.
It's not a good idea.
At some point, we wise up and pull out our lanterns, but I don't
Right.
know. I don't
Somebody,
know. If it's
somebody lights me up here, I think. But
gonna... Hey, it's Mutiny Max. Nope, he's playing his instrument.
okay,
There we
oh,
go.
there it is. Yeah.
All right, let's see if you pull the riddle back out.
I was like, and we're deciding. Okay, I think this is the spot, sort of the northeast corner of the map, adjacent to this rock formation. I think we did it.
So this riddle
Double.
is essentially, you know, oh, here you go.
Clank,
Wow,
nailed it.
First shot.
Nailed it.
Nicely done. Look at that. That's so cool that throughout this entire world there are just chests buried in unmarked graves.
Yeah, and it goes faster if you have more people digging,
Right.
which is cool.
I mean, like everything in this game, right? Like
Yes.
the more people that contribute to a common goal. Oh, I finally showed
Raising
up
the
with my
anchor
lantern.
Goes
My
faster
lantern.
with more people. So you can see the very pretty night sky now.
Yeah.
So we've got our group, and it's really been, pardon the phrasing, smooth sailing so far.
Nice.
In this demo, like really no hazards in the water, no other rival enemy ships.
I remember being absolutely terrified at this point because I had dealt with a shark already, and swimming back in the pitch black water to
Yeah.
our ship was like the last thing I wanted to do. Yeah, so far we got on our ship. We found the island. I mean, we did do a little zigzagging at
Yeah, it
times to
took
get
a while to navigate our way there.
I
but-
mean, the navigation on the ship, it's not one. It feels like a ship. You turn to the right, and it takes time to pull yourself out of that turn.
right. I was on the wheel, and there was somebody up in the crow's nest
Mm-hmm.
navigating. Then there were people working the sails,
Yep.
either raising them, lowering them, or adjusting the angle to catch the wind right. It is absolutely a team effort. So I'm putting the chest down here in the hold,
In the hold.
just to make sure it's.
And I remember there was a lot of
relatively safe.
confusion about what do we do now. I think someone picks it up, but it's
We've got
just four grown men standing there staring at a chest. All right.
phrasing.
Right. Nice. Are we doing that?
Are we doing phrasing again? Yeah. All right. So now we have to decide. All right. So we need to take the treasure back to an outpost.
Right.
In order to cash it in. Get a banana. I'm going to refill that little bit of health that skeleton took from me when he shot me.
Yeah. Right now we're all figuring out that you can actually pull resources out of these barrels.
Yeah. So there are cannonballs in those.
Right.
There are wood planks. There's there are bananas. And I believe, gosh, I think there's one more too. There might even. Oh, there's ammo for your gun as well.
Oh, okay.
You can refill.
Yeah. Right.
So,
So
okay, look
here
there
you
we
can
see
see the map. So this is what we were talking about earlier, where you sort of from a far enough perspective back, you can't actually see the names of the islands. It's just their shape.
Yeah.
So right there, we were kind of zoomed in and showing you that I forget what this island was called, Pirate's Crook or something like that. But now, from this point, we have to search the map for an outpost to go to turn in our treasure chest to get the currency that we need to, theoretically upgrade our ship or upgrade our gear, our characters, buy new ships when that feature becomes available.
So now, all right. It's a shame it's the dead middle of the night here.
Yeah,
with
it's
it's hard to see, but
what
I'm
I do
going
like
up to the crow's nest.
What I do like though is you are going through like each of the different jobs on the ship, so we get a good perspective of like what it is, what ship life is like from your footage. Yeah, this is really dark, but you can see sort of the view from up here is important because I don't know if we mentioned this or not, but when you're actually driving the ship, when you're piloting it, you can't see in front of you
unless they raise the sails.
Unless they raise the sail,
enough.
in which case you're not really going anywhere.
Not very fast.
Yeah. But yeah, I think at this point I'm driving, and it was pitch black as we approached Chicken Isle. And I kept having to ask, like, hey, I'm not going to hit a rock, am I? And they're like, no, you're fine. And then, like, 30 seconds before a rock shows up, they're like, turn. Like, which way?
So
Which
that was Chicken Isle just off to the left there. Anytime you get within range of an island, like you get close enough, it brings in that little title screen. So now we see
sun is coming
off
up.
to the left. Well, not
Was that it?
We saw it a second ago there, and I'm just looking around. But right there, that's an enemy ship.
Yeah. And we had a dilemma at this point. Because
it's coming up. Yeah, it's a really funny. It turned out to be a really funny thing that's coming up.
Oh, where?
we had a big choice that we decided to make.
Yeah.
You can see the wind sort of swirls up there to help navigate.
And you can,
good. Dawn is coming around.
You
again.
can even see the crest of the waves in the water. Like you can see the sort of dark lines that show you, each wave in the set. Just the water. I know we've already talked about it, but it's really it bears repeating. Oh, I just saw some boxes over on the right side too in the water. I hadn't seen those before. Just floating around, maybe wreckage from a previous ship or something.
Yeah, when you're in the moment, there's a lot you can miss in a game like this.
Yeah, and
so that's our destination right there, as I recall.
This is the outpost, because there was a dock.
And I think I think what had just happened, since I'm not even looking to the left anymore.
Did you see it? No, they're gone.
Yeah, I think we had decided.
Oh, that's right. Somebody decided to take a pot shot. So we actually saw that ship on the left, and there was a decision amongst the crew: do we attack the ship or do we turn in the treasure? And you and I wanted to turn in the treasure.
Yeah, because we hadn't seen that part of the game yet. Though last year's E3 we got to see the ship combat.
We did the ship combat.
Let's go do something we haven't ever done in this game before.
Right.
So we did end up avoiding combat in that scenario.
But it was almost a mutiny, pardon the term. Like, they really... Oh, that's right, I put the e-brake on right here.
Yep. Well, but that's what you got to do.
They really wanted to fight that ship, and we had to make an executive decision.
We got 2 people loaded in cannons.
There goes me.
Quick route onto the shore.
So I did actually aim that cannon up before I fired myself out of it, and I think we learned that the hard way.
Oh, yeah, he's got the chest there.
Can he go in the cannon?
Who was it? It was me, you, Brendan Graber, and who was our 4th?
Joe Screbbles from the UK team.
That's right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Hopping in, and
I don't think... Ooh. Yep.
I'm okay.
I don't think you can actually get into the cannon with the chest. Is that correct?
I believe that was the case.
I think Joe had to swim.
Can't do anything with that. You can see how curious I was.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. I went into the water to make sure he didn't get attacked.
I was like, oh.
And now escorted him to the something rat. I didn't catch that sign. But this is the other thing that really impresses me is the social aspect of it. Like in town, we all just stand around drinking and playing music together. And that doesn't necessarily achieve anything, I don't think.
Right.
But it's just
it adds to the flavor of the world.
Yeah, it builds that cooperation.
So let's turn in that chest.
So I can't remember what she gave us. Yeah, 342 gold.
Each,
yeah. Because I remember I turned the chest in and I said, oh, did anyone else get that gold or was it just me? But it is definitely divvied up amongst the crew, which makes me wonder, like, in the future, if we are going to, have bigger ships, more crew members, if that's an even split.
And hopefully our quests across multiple islands. But here we go to celebrate our victory by filling our grog tankards and drinking away. And I remember I couldn't find a tankard, but I think I have one on me.
Yeah, we all
But-
had I had my bucket out trying to figure out how to fill it up with beer.
In
but-
any case, that is Sea of Thieves from E3. We're going to be covering this a lot more right here on IGN.